So here it is. I have it pretty much done here. I didn't bring the tripod or anything, but let's see. You can see there's my bin full of pellets. Kind of hard to get a side profile here, but anyway, it's just going up. This is all 2.5-inch square tubing, and you can kind of see how it's formatted there. This is the ash pit down here. There's the actual burn pot, and pellet feed goes on down. I had finger out of the camera here. I should have a nice pit with 45-degree sloped sides and all that kind of stuff, but that requires getting some sheet metal, and I didn't have any. I did happen to have some old propane bottles though, propane tanks, and so that's a propane tank there. There's basically there's two shut-offs. There's one on the feed tube you can see right there. Really, you can shut this down pretty darn quick. I slide a piece of metal in there, stops the pellets from feeding. If I give a little jiggle to the grate, that'll drop all the pellets that are remaining in that feed tube down there. I can shake it out and basically dump it all in a pit there with a little water, and I can be done burning pretty easily. There's another shut-off. You can just see right there. That's at the bottom of that bin. That bin is removable, and so sliding a piece of metal in there cuts off the feed tube there, and then I can take that bin off. I haven't worked on exactly how I'm going to do that. Little slidey piece of metal there, but it won't be an issue, I don't think. And there's the heart of the matter there. You hear it rocketing away there. Every once in a while you'll see or hear pellets fall down. You'll get a little decline in the rocket sound, and then all of a sudden it'll take off again. That's as new pellets come down, they kind of block a little bit of the airflow, and then they catch light, and then they're gone. If I had to add anything to this, I'll finish up the little slider grates there and things like that. I might add some mass. Came across some of these weights here, and anyway, I might put some of those on there. I'm going to put a pot of water on there. One of the things that I keep going back to the house for is coffee, so I could put a nice old perk coffee pot on there probably, and I wouldn't have to go back to the house. I could keep the heat in here. This one's all 2.5-inch square tube. It'd be a good size if you were in a one-car garage, workshop type space. I'm thinking a deer blind would be great. There's no smoke. Once the thing gets rocketing like this, there's no smoke coming out. It's still dark out, or I'd go out and show you. There's a little bit of steam, just from condensation in the pipes and stuff. But it's really that rocket sound you're hearing. It's really the flame is going all the way up that bottom tube. I don't have a window, but I'm just sure it is. And so it's burning those wood gases, and so you end up with CO2 and water coming out of the exhaust. Anyway, so it'd be great for that. I was to build another one, and I might someday for in here. This garage is it's 2 cars wide and about almost 2 cars deep, so it's kind of a big space. We'll see how it goes here. I'll report back in a bit. But looking at the manufacturers, the one that I kind of modeled this, they actually use a 4-inch burn tube, and that, of course, gives you a lot bigger fire to work with. That then goes into 3-inch risers. This is all 2.5-inch, and so someday I might build a 4-inch version. I think that would heat us up pretty good here. I'm going to kick on the fan there on low, having it blow across the warm area and circulate some of that air through the shop, and I'm going to let it cook for another hour or something like that, and we'll see what kind of temperature we've got in the rest of the shop compared to the outdoor temperature. So anyway, it's been a fun little project, and it's kind of neat to see what you can do. Just dropped the tube out of there, by the way, so this is straight out. Fire's still going, and you can see there's no smoke going out of there. So just a little bit every once in a while, a little bit of fly ash, but really no smoke at all. And so anyway, I'm going to reconnect that before I die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
But anyway, just want to show you there's no smoke
So I've
coming
been
out.
shooting along for about an hour now. It's 28 degrees outside. Right now it's about 42, 44, 15 feet away, my main work area in here. By the way, the garage, I took the chance to measure it. I've never measured my garage. I've lived here for 20 years almost and never measured it. But it's 18 by 30 and it's completely uninsulated. It does have drywall, but there's no insulation. There's no insulation above on the roof either. So, it does okay. Like I say, it's not really big enough for this garage. If you were in a smaller area, I think it might even chase you out of the room. If you were in like a little 8x8 or 8x10 or 8x12 hunting shack or something. So, I did a couple things here. Like put a little water on here just to see how it would do. I don't know if you can see that. It's steaming pretty good, but it's not up to boil. So that's on that top piece there. Obviously, it's not going to be hot enough to perk any coffee. If I drop some water up here, you'll see it eventually disappears as steam. Now down below, though, on that bottom tube, if I had a short coffee pot, it's sizzling hot. Okay. The other thing I did here, I'm going to grab a glove, just to kind of show you what's going on with the flame there. It kind of messes with the draft, so I covered it up. But just for kicks, I drilled a hole in the side of the firebox here. And you can see that flame is going up the tube. The actual end of the firebox, the opening between where we're actually dropping any pellets is about here. And you can see it's shooting that flame up the tube there, which is one of the reasons that's sizzling hot. I'm going to cover that back up. It kind of messes with the draft. This is out back here. You can see that's my stack coming out there. And as you can see, there's no smoke. So it's doing a pretty good job combusting all those wood gases. And one of the reasons I think it worked great in like a deer shack or even a goose blind. You don't have to worry about your propane tank freezing up. Happens to me all the time, and you're not getting any smoke. So it means it's getting a real efficient burn.